Okay, so one of the tools that I use to do online and digital note taking that increases the workflow in my classroom is the CC Pensive. The CC Pensive is based on Daily Five and Cafe Strategies, which is a structure for teaching language arts. I also use it for math, social studies, as well as student behavior. The essentials are it helps you to keep track of student interaction. So you can see I have open here my student class list. And when I confer with those students one-on-one, this is how I take digital notes in regards to what we've discussed, as well as what we've communicated between the two of us and what the next steps are for that specific student. The great thing about the CC Pensive is it has all of the cafe reading strategies integrated. So it's a matter of clicking to find a strategy that you're working on with a student. You can also customize goals as well. It helps you kind of maintain the history and the timeline for a student, as well as kind of satisfy those stakeholders and parents that like to see what the progress is on individual students. What I like most is the real-time collaboration on individual students. As I'm working with them, I'm entering information, and as my aide or any other adult that works with that student can also access his or her account, it makes for a great collaboration. So I am having information from everyone who works with that student. There's easy access to this program. It's online and you can access it through laptops or tablets, which I tend to do both. And it's secure because it's stored in the cloud. So I'm just going to walk you through a specific student. So let's take a look at Taylor. If I click on Taylor's name, it will take us to Taylor's one sheet, which you can see in the area of reading or writing. I'm actually going to go back to my class and click on, let's click on Jonas so we can get an idea of, I have met with Jonas twice. You can see here in reading. And then there's also some writing notes, which we just kind of started this. So this is going to give you an idea. When you click on reading, you can see that the goal in the strategy was comprehension. And then I have some notes in here about reading an informational text about lightning. And my next steps are continue to expand text and to be challenged. This was towards the beginning of the year when we started. And it's going to give you the date that you entered in the information. And then it's also going to give you the strategies that match with the Reading Cafe menu and the touch points. A touch point is essentially, for lack of a better term, a grade. So is he mastering that? He's at a 3. If he's still working on it, it's a 2. And a 1 if we really need to probably reteach that skill. So you can see these are the two strategies I've touched on with him, fluency and accuracy. And then just reading to self, what are his kind of habits when he's reading to himself. If you click over here and look at writing, you can also look and see here crafting moves, writing with craft, and what my next steps are with this student. When you're going to confer with him, you click on the confer button, and it's going to bring up not only his latest session on the side, but it's also going to bring up what area you want to confer in here at the top, as well as the strategy that you're going to be using. And you can see the variety of strategies that they have listed, which are all Daily 5 Cafe strategies. You can put in notes and next steps, as well as his grade. Up here gives you an idea of the various subject matters. So I'm in the reading section now. You can also go to writing. You can go, I use this for word work or for spelling. This is obviously the math section. This is science or social studies, and then I use this star section for behavior if there's something that I need to put in for behavior, which he doesn't currently have any behavior strategies in here. So you can see it's a great digital note-taking software, and it's also great because you can also click over to create groups for various students. Like right now I have these groups set up. One group is working on chunking word parts, another is letter sound blends and summarizing. And then it archives these groups so I can see what they've worked on, and it brings up similar notes for those groups as well. You can also do what's called a check-in. And if you click on check-in, it's going to take you to a form that shows you the last time you met with the student in each specific area. So you can see in January I have not met with my students in this area. We just started this program. But you would normally see a bunch of dates here, and you would be able to track which days you have met with them to make sure that you're meeting with all the students equally. If If you go backwards back into this area, you can go up here to the top and click on the cafe menu, and that is going to bring up all your reading strategies that you're working with the students on. If you click on a specific strategy, like maybe you're working on backing up and rereading, you click on there, it's going to take you to the Daily Cafe site. It's going to give you lesson ideas, explanations for how to go about teaching this, as well as some mentor texts that you can use to teach this. And this part I love. It gives you an assessment to kind of assess whether they're ready to move on to the next strategy. Have they mastered the backup and reread strategy? So overall, it's a really robust system that takes you not only gives you the ability to take digital notes and keep track of student interactions, but it's also just a great tool for teachers. You can view a variety of menus. The other thing that you can do too is you can also print. So you can print a variety of different reports that you can show parents, and this will show you. I want to print all his student sessions in reading, and it will download it. Once you open that report, see if I can get it to open. It will show you all of your student sessions with that student, as well as all of their touch points, and will give you an idea of what it is they're working on. So this essentially can serve as kind of an online report card for that student. I know that we do a lot of things online at our school, so that's how we've been using it. So you can see this is actually a report on the whole class, but I can print out a parent-friendly report that gives you exactly what that student's been working on that you can provide to the teacher. So overall, this is a great digital tool that I use in my classroom. It helps my workflow in many ways in terms of having it all in one place, being able to digitize it so that I can send it out to parents, and also that key idea of having every adult that works with a student being able to use the same digital tool has really transformed my classroom.